Today out on the table, I've got what could be my next deer gun. Stick around. Now when I say my next deer gun, it doesn't mean that I bought this to deer hunt with it. No, I picked this up about 1.5 years ago from a pawn shop. This is a Mossberg 500, that is 20 gauge. I already had a 12 gauge, but wanted something a little lighter, mostly for squirrel, but it also had something my 12 gauge didn't have. So my 12 gauge Mossberg 500, I believe, is a 97 model. After, it may have even been after 97, Mossberg started drilling and tapping these at the factory to have a scope mount put on here. I know a lot of guys use, red dots on their shotguns for turkey hunting now. That's not really my plan with this one, but my plan is to launch some slugs through it and maybe take a deer with it. Now you can buy scope mounts and rails to put on the top of these guns, but before I go off spending more money on that kind of thing, or a slugger barrel that's got a cantilever scope mount on it, I want to see how this thing will group slugs with just the regular sights. This one does have 2 bead sights, one about halfway down the barrel, and then a pearl colored one at the very end of the barrel. I'm running an improved cylinder choke on this gun right now too. But I've got a silhouette target about 35-40 yards downrange, and then a steel gong set up about 40 yards downrange as well. We're going to see how well this groups on our silhouette target, and then take a couple shots at the gong and just see what type of inherent accuracy you can expect at short distances with these PowerShock slugs. These are 3/4 ounce, and the box says they're moving out of the barrel at 1,600 feet per second. We're going to load up a couple in this Mossberg 500, take a couple shots, and just see how we do. So here we've got some footage of where I shot a pretty nice buck last year. So as you can see, there's really not that far of a shot that can be taken from this specific stand. So we're just going to see how well we can do first at this 40 yards. So we're going to load up 3 of these 3/4 ounce slugs, and we'll see how they group on that silhouette target. Again, it's down probably 35 yards away, so it's nothing real crazy here, but if I can get a decent group on that, I'll feel even more comfortable extending that range a little bit. All right, here we go. We're going to aim right toward the middle. Well, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to aim right toward the middle. Looks like it shot low. One more. All right, let's go take a look at that. All right, so all 3 of those pulled low and right, but good Lord, check out the hole that gets put in the, oh my goodness. Now, you know, like a 20 gauge slug, like they're pretty big, but man, when you're used to shooting like rifle rounds at one of these targets and then you throw slugs at it, whoo! Now, when I was aiming that, like I'm used to aiming with my 30-30 where I have to kind of hold a little low anyway, so I could still see a good bit of the red. I'm gonna take 2 more shots and see if just completely covering up this 10 ring with that bead back there brings that up a little. Now, I've read some articles that actually advocate for using a 20 gauge over a 12 gauge if you're hunting with slugs. Mostly because the recoil, you know, is much less with a 20 gauge, and I can attest to that. I have shot slugs out of my 12 gauge, and it will beat your shoulder to death. And this isn't really that bad. And you're still, I mean, you saw the size of that hole. Like, you get a through and through on the side of a deer, like it's done. Like, that is no more. So We'll take 2 more shots, see if we can't figure out how we're supposed to hold this, and then take a couple shots at that gong. All right, we're gonna cover up our red circle completely this time. Looks like we still shot right, but we'll go down to be sure. All right, so yeah, still pulled both of those to the right. Did raise it up a little bit, but yeah, for sure pulled them over to the right. And that just may be me, you know, not being used to shooting slugs out of here. But we're gonna take a couple shots of that gong all the same. And we've got a laundry detergent bottle full of water. We'll see if we can hit those. So the way it's looking, I might have to get some sort of optic on here after all if I'm planning to use this for deer. But we'll see how well we can do on this steel, and it may just take some shooting, you know, to get used to it. We'll try in 3. Can't make it in 3. We've got some more. We can see how we'll do. But all right, so the first shot's going to be at that gong. If we hit the gong the first time, we'll just go straight on to the water jug, but it may take a couple shots. Let's see. Huh. I'm hitting something, but it's not the gong. Let's try for that water bottle. Wow. Don't want to do that. Let's keep it going. Let's see. There we go. Now let's try that water jug. There we go. One more time on the gong. Okay. Well, that was fun. If I'm being honest, that went about how I expected it. Not having a rear sight, you know, in order to get your windage and elevation just right, and relying on bead sights for a slug may not be the best way to go. And I know that some of you guys probably do it, and if you've had luck with it, please let me know. If not, what kind of optic do you run with your shotgun when you're deer hunting with it? Do you hunt with slugs, or do you use buckshot? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and if you're not, please do subscribe. Also follow us on Instagram. We're at Yonder Oak, same as the channel name here. I post some behind the scenes videos and photos of these shoots, as well as some cooking videos and other short form content that doesn't make its way over to YouTube. Thanks for stopping by.